What is cultural behavior? Cultural behavior is emphasized when certain individuals behave a certain way because other individuals do so as well. It is the ability of humans to align their behavior across groups in a dynamic way that emerges from experience. Some examples of cultural behavior is politeness and reciprocity. Politeness means a behavior that is respectful and considerate of other people.
Okay na po ba ang lahat?
Okay na lahat, thank you.
Video po ito, no?
Yes. Thanks.
While reciprocity means the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one country or organization to another.
Hello, I bought you a lamp.
Oh wow, thank you. I packed you some lunch.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What are social norms and cues? Social norms are constructed standards and expectations for behavior that are implicit social rules for what society considers acceptable and unacceptable behavior depending on the circumstances or situation you are in. A social cue is a subtle prompt or hint that is supposed to elicit a certain behavior based on a cultural norm or is supposed to convey a non-direct or secondary meaning which you're expected to infer, such as shaking hands when you meet someone. This is an act of greeting and could improve interaction. Other examples include voice pitch and tone. This is used to express emotions and attitude through a change in intonation or the tone of voice.
Hi! I'm pissed! Get out of my way! Hi! Get out of my way!
Folkways are social customs that individuals adhere to. They are frequently implicit, which means you may have been taught about your culture's folkways. Instead, you learned them as a result of being immersed in a culture as a child. You might be thought unusual if you break a folkway, but no one will be very offended. It is possible that you won't make any friends. People are familiar with folkways are more likely to be loved and accepted in the society. Example of folkways: saying please when asking for something. When making a request, we utilize please to show politeness and respect.
Can you please open the door for me?
Okay, hold on.
And saying thank you when someone does something for you. Thank you and thanks are expressions used to communicate politeness and gratitude in response to anything.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mores are morality norms or what is right and wrong. And breaking one is often considered offensive to the majority of culture's people. A more serious violation may be illegal in some cases, but it may be also offensive in others. It is defined as a set of moral rules or ways of behaving that all members of society are expected to follow. Mores are more than strict than folkways in that they define what constitutes moral and ethical behavior. Examples of mores is murder is not acceptable because it has an emotional and financial impact on the victim's family. It is also difficult to see someone die without ensuring that justice is served.
Hey, murder's not acceptable.
If a promise is made, it is expected it will be kept. The spoken word is at the heart of all human interactions. As a result, promises become crucial in them because they foster human trust, accountability, and reliance.
Remember when I promised you guys that I will bring you to the laboratory?
Yes.
Well, here we are.
Wonderful. You did well.
Bravo.
A taboo is a very strong negative norm. It's a prohibition of certain behavior that is so strict that violating it results in extreme disgust and even expulsion from the group or society. Often, the violator of the taboo is considered unfit to live in that society. For instance, in some Muslim cultures, eating pork is taboo because the pig is considered unclean. At the more extreme end, incest and cannibalism are both considered taboos in most places. And here are some examples of taboos. First is incest. Incest is a sexual relations between close relatives. Different cultures have the different definition of how close a relative would be considered taboo.
Hey, you can't be doing that to your family member. That is forbidden.
And the second one is addiction. Addiction is a use of illegal drugs or abuse of prescription of drugs or alcohol.
Hey, you can't be doing that. That's illegal.
Won't happen again.
My bad.
Laws are social norms that have been formally enshrined in the state or government, and violations can result in the formal punishment such as fines, incarceration, or even death. Are the type of social control that outlines the rules and habits and customs that a society employs to ensure that its norms are followed. And here are the examples. Number 1 is human trafficking. Human trafficking is a recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of persons by means of the threat or use of force or other forms of abduction, fraud, of deception, of the abuse of power, or the position of vulnerability, or the giving or receiving of payments or benefits to achieve the consent of the person having control over another person for the purpose of exploitation.
How much do I owe you for them?
They are 1,000,000 each.
Hey! Stop what you're doing right now. Trafficking is against the law. I'll take these children away from you guys. Move on. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Then, second is stalking. Stalking goes by beyond the following someone. It can include a variety of tactics which can happen in a person or online, and stalking is defined as a pattern of unwanted behavior directed at a specific person which causes the person to change their routine or feel afraid, nervous, or in danger.
Hey, why are you stalking me? I'll report you to the police.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone.